Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is to show you folks how to use your computer and typing to learn Chinese. Okay? One of the great hurdle of learning Chinese is all the characters. If you compare, say, Chinese with Japanese, Japanese get hiragana, which is approximately 50 hiragana, and then you can use that to represent all the sounds in Japanese with a little bit tweak and changes. But here's the thing: when you master pinyin, you can sort of combine all the pronunciation together and speak in a pinyin kind of a way. But here's the thing: in real life, it's just all characters, and you have to memorizing all the characters, which is pretty hard. You know what? Even for Chinese, it's pretty hard because we are going to spend like years and years. Even though a lot of people can speak Chinese, they can't read and write because it's really hard. So normally a Chinese would spend at least 10 years or something like that to learn that because there are lots of characters. So here is a quick hack for you folks. Just using pinyin and utilize it and get yourself familiar with all these characters. Okay, so you can sort of skip it until you're familiar with all these writings, and then you can, you can just get yourself familiar with it, and then systematically learn all that, and then you can get it done. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is to show you folks about how to change it. Right now, it's like English input. You need to change it to pinyin simplified. Of course, if you're learning traditional Chinese, you can use the pinyin traditional. It's the even more complex writing system. So basically, if you're using simplified Chinese, say the people in mainland China, we're going to use it. People in Singapore, we're going to use it. And if you learn traditional Chinese, people in Hong Kong and in Taiwan and and a lot of like the first or second generation of immigrants around the world. I prefer to use this traditional Chinese, and I also practice traditional Chinese a lot because if I like try to use calligraphy to write it down, artistically speaking, I think traditional Chinese is a little bit more artistically speaking. It's more beautiful because it's more similar to the like original writing system that represent or similar to that thing that you want to say. Okay, and then change that and then gradually simplify it. But still, a lot of people are actually using traditional Chinese, but that will add a lot of difficulty to your study. So this bootcamp is mainly about simplified Chinese, so I'm going to use the simplified. Of course, if you're interested in traditional, I'm going to add a little bit now and there. Okay, so let's just change it. So, and then let's go back, and then you just type pinyin. Okay, remember we spent a lot of time learning pinyin, and you know what? You just need to type pinyin. And since you can't possibly easily type the terms during all this typing, so you know what? It's simplified for you. Okay, you just need to type the pinyin with no terms, and it can give you a selection, and then you can choose it. Okay, so we can just type whatever and like type A. Okay, so it's ah, and then we get ah here, or this person ah. It's like he's thinking. Okay, so like emoji, he's thinking, or you can say yeah, we got all sort of thing. And I just type emoji and it got stuck here somewhere. I'm not sure why. Okay, I'm not sure why. So let's do that again. Yeah. So there'll be a emoji like what's going on here? So it's so it's like second term. Doesn't really matter because it did not show the term. So you have to memorize it and learn the characters one by one. So yeah, it's kind of pretty hard. So let's do that. Yeah. Then you type one. Okay, you first type the letter like like A, and then we show that this is the first one. Okay, so I'm gonna type and press the number one here, then we automatically choose it. So this way you can sort of like alleviate your memory load. You don't need have to like just to memorize every stroke inside the character. You just need to, oh, this is similar to something like this. Okay, if you want to learn all the characters, bootcamp, and I also write a little bit calligraphy, and I'm also, you know what, I'm also a digital artist, so I'm going to draw a picture about that character, and hopefully it will help you learn. Okay, so doesn't really matter. Let's go back. So it's typing. So for example, you can type some combinations. So for example, 你好, like 你好, you don't need to separate that with a space. Okay, you just need to type that continuously. It will automatically show everything. Okay, so basically it should be 你好, right? Then we combine that together will be 你好, right? 你好. So it's a change of the tone. We talk about that, so I'm not really going to focus too much on the tone. And you know what? You don't need to worry too much about tone. You just need to type the pinyin, and you can automatically give you a lot of suggestions. Okay. So the first one will be 你好. Okay, that's a hello. The second will be waving of the hands. It's a good emoji, I think. And 你好吗? Let's add a question mark. Like 吗 means it's a question. Okay, it's like are you good or not? Something like that. Okay, so that's first one is exactly what I want to type. Then press 1. There will be 你好. Okay, and you know what? You don't need to learn how to add all this pinyin as well as tones to the character, because there are a lot of tools available. And by the way, I'm also a developer. I develop all the tools, so you can just you just, if you already know how to type it, the only information you need is the tone. Okay, then you can like copy paste to a certain website or use the language learning app that I developed, and then you can get things done. I also develop a game, so yeah, I'm pretty versatile, folks. So yeah, it doesn't really matter. No boasting, okay? Promising, no boasting. It's just I really try to tackle the problem from different angle. So 你好, okay? That's how you type things. So once you got that, you will understand. And of course, I encourage you to take notes and check things, check dictionary all the time. You got a input system on your, say, iPhone, on your phones, or on a computer. Add this, and then you can quickly get things done. By the way, if you do not add this language, you can click here, and then we can open PNG, exit. Where is it? Show emoji, show keyboard viewer. Okay, we can get a keyboard viewer that can allow you to type things. Okay, it's not there. I believe we can got import setting or something like that. Okay, let's show here, general keyboard. Yeah, so we can actually got the input source as the pure vanilla English, simplified Chinese, Japanese, Spanish, traditional Chinese, and US international. So if you don't get this, you can just click it and search for it. Okay, so search for simplified Chinese. You can use stroke, use Wubi. So Wubi is like a input system that requires you to memorize some of the combinations in order to type really quickly. But right now, I encourage you folks to use the pinyin system. That's the system that we just learned, and you can sort of review while you are learning characters, review the knowledge of pinyin all the time, and then gradually, I hope you folks like get rid of pinyin, because that will be like the some helper tool that allow you to find a read when you already know the character. You don't need this, but when you're going to need it when you like encounter some of the new things, but that just becomes second nature. Okay, so yeah, if you add this, you can add it and you can choose it. Okay, so yeah, that will be all. So happy learning.